Hi guys, it's me, Trudy Lee. How's everybody doing? I have a chance to make a video. My husband's taking a nap, although I think his phone rang and woke him up. Everybody, they want to wish him well and everything, but gosh, he can't even rest. He can't rest. And you guys know what? He has a dang cold. I can't believe it. I am trying to keep him healthy. He's going to have surgery on March 30th. Uh, and I'm wanting to keep him healthy and keep him away from the public. I don't want him to get the coronavirus or the flu or anything or a cold. And it seems that he has a cold. So whatever you're worried about it comes right to you. I say that all the time, you guys. Practice what you preach, right? Yeah. So he's got a little cold. So we made him some chicken soup today, and he insisted to mow the grass, which meant I had to go and watch him. It's a tractor, it's a tractor. So he's just sitting on it. I told him, as long as you don't get up and down and stop and pick up stuff and on the lawn and things like that, you can do it. It's fine. But then I had to be kind of keeping my eye on him and watching him and bringing him something to drink. It's in the 80s here today. It's very warm outside. And so anyway, if you guys didn't already know, my husband went in on Thursday to have an angiogram, and we thought he'd get another stent. He has 5 stents, and we thought, oh, here comes another stent, because he's had so many. And no, we got bad news this time. He actually needs a quadruple bypass. And we went to see the doctor yesterday, the surgeon, and they've scheduled it for March the 30th. And there's a few reasons why it's scheduled out so far. So I guess it's not an emergency, although they said that he had a 99% blockage and he needs a quadruple bypass. That sounds like it's an emergency to me. I didn't want to take him home. I'm like, y'all just fix him. I don't even want to take him home. But hey, we brought him home, and you know, like I said, we're trying to keep him healthy till March 30th. So all the things that we were supposed to do for the Iranian New Year's, we ain't doing them. We're going to do them with our family. We're going to have the fire party just with our family, and the New Year's celebration just with our family, and that's it. He's getting all kinds of invitations. Come here, and I'm like, and he's like, I want to go, and I'm like, I know, but I want you to be healthy. So anyway, it's really tough. It's tough. Okay, so it looks like Biden's doing really good. Remember in the last video, I saw that he was wearing a crown. And, I knew Bernie is, he got good cards when I read on him. And Biden got good cards too, but I saw him wearing a crown at the end. So I felt like he was going to do the best. And he has. He's doing really, really good. And, I like both of them. I like Bernie and I like Biden. Although, like I said, I like Biden a little bit better. And, it feels like to me that I think Bernie's going to do the same thing that he did when he was running against Hillary. When there was no way that he could have enough delegates to become the nominee. He wouldn't give up. And they're already saying that he may not have a path now. But he's like, I'm not giving up. I'm going all the way to the end. So that means they'll debate each other and, tear each other apart, which isn't good. We don't want them to do that to each other at all. So that's not what the Democrats should do. So I hope they debate each other, but not, I hope they don't get personal and tear each other apart and give ammunition to Donald Trump. That's the deal. Okay, so what I want to read on is the coronavirus. I got a lot of hits with spirit. I'm going to tell you guys. I had a meditation yesterday, actually, but I wasn't able to record it because my husband needed me. You guys, this man's not his fault, but he's very, he's needy right now, so I don't have much time. So he's asking me to do this and do that and go here and go there. I don't want him to go anywhere by himself, so I have to go with him. And he likes to run around, y'all. He's got all kinds of things to do, so I've been driving him here and there. Okay. This vision that I got is it's of a Republican. It's a Republican guy. He's one of those hardcore Republican supporters of Donald Trump. And I see him, and it's like he is being dangled on the end of a string. This is really weird. And, you know, what they're this is coming from the Republicans' point of view. They're going to be feeling like Donald Trump has dangled them out on a string. That's so weird. Maybe it's because he won't stop the rallies. I don't know. Maybe it's that. And like I said, I had this vision yesterday. But they feel like they're left hanging. That's what it is. They feel like they're left hanging, and there's misinformation coming from Trump, and they know that. They know that now. It didn't matter that he was a liar before. They didn't care. They didn't care if he made up lies about about people in the administration, about his opponents, about a Democrat or anything, or about a woman that he grabbed or anything. They don't care about the lies. But now suddenly they're going to start caring. That's what I'm noticing. Um, when their families and their friends get touched by this coronavirus, and it's going to happen, y'all. It is going to happen. Things are going to change. They're not going to trust him anymore. They're not going to appreciate his lies anymore. They're not going to think it's funny anymore. They're not. They're not even they're not even stopping the rallies, y'all. They're not stopping the rallies. And it's so stupid. That's so stupid. Here in San Antonio, they're stopping all kinds of events. And in Austin, that South by Southwest, they stopped that, they're canceling everything. So this is going to be a turning point for the Republicans. They're going to be touched by this coronavirus. They're going to realize that they can't trust Trump, that he tells lies. I mean, they knew it, but it didn't matter. But now it matters. It matters to them now, And I'm asking Spirit. I asked Spirit, is this, what's going to happen with this coronavirus? And they're showing me that there are dark days ahead because I see big black clouds coming in, and we're going to have some really dark days coming, y'all. We're going to get through it, but they're showing me things are going to turn all upside down. So things are going to get worse. Things are going to turn upside down. I'm seeing an elderly lady. This is the vision I'm getting. An elderly lady, a gray-haired lady, and she's turned upside down. So it's going to hit. We know that it's going to hit the elderly people the hardest, and that's why it's so important for us to all listen to our community leaders. Listen to what they advise. If they tell you to stay home, they tell you don't go visit somebody at a senior citizen home, stay home, just stay home. Listen to your local authorities. That's what they're saying, local authorities. The CDC, I'm getting the CDC is doing the best they can, but they have limits. They have limits. And of course, Trump is lying. He's lying about we're going to have this many test kits. There's a limit. There is a limit. There's a limit. So, but our local authorities, they're taking matters into their own hands, and they're working with clinics, and they're getting at the test kits that are needed. That's what I'm seeing. Okay, so listen to your local authorities. Let's see. Oh, okay. About children. This is so weird, okay, because it's affecting the elderly, but it doesn't seem to have the same effect on children. And I'm asking Spirit, why is that? Why isn't children being as affected? The first thing that they show me, which they're just kind of being funny, they show me a baby dinosaur in front of a child. Like, they're protected. We're protecting them. And then they're showing me, and you guys, I have nothing, I don't know anything about medicine at all. And maybe some of you are nurses or doctors or something, and you'll understand what this means. I'm being shown a faucet and you turn it on. It looks like a balloon. A balloon's on the faucet. It's a red balloon. Okay, so I think this is red blood cells. That's what it is because I'm lots of red blood cells because I see a balloon filling up, a red balloon filling up, filling up. So children have a lot more red blood cells. I don't know how this would help the coronavirus or anything because, like I said, I'm not I'm not a nurse or anything, or I don't have any kind of medical background at all. But that's what Spirit's showing me. I think it's has something to do with red blood cells, and children make a lot more red blood cells than adults. Red blood cells, I know they bring oxygen to the body, right? That's what they do. I don't know. So that's what I'm being shown. I don't know how that, but that's what they're telling me. That helps them somehow with their immunity, I guess. I don't know. But it's something that's why they're not as affected. Red blood cells. I don't know. It's weird, y'all. So I'm just giving it to you like I see it, okay? So I'm seeing people, I'm seeing the front of a home, and people are peeking out through the curtain. So I think this is telling me people are staying home. People should stay home. Avoid going out in crowded areas. Don't go to the DMV because that's a very small area with lots of people in it, and that's not where you want to be. Something like that, a crowded place that's small, that's not a good place to be. So that's what I'm being shown that, like I said again, listen to the local authorities, and if you can stay home, stay home. I know, like my daughter, she's not going to stay home. They have plans this weekend. They're doing things, but it's so funny because I know a lot of basketball games and everything. They're going to be playing without any people being there. And my daughter is going to go to a volleyball game it's a big one. It's a big tournament in Houston. And I wonder if it's going to get canceled before the weekend because games are getting canceled. Big games, pro games are getting canceled. So but this is a child. I don't know. So weird. But I'm being shown people are staying home, and I think that means you should probably stay home. But they're telling me this will pass. This will pass. It is going to hurt, and it has hurt the global economy. It's going to hurt the global economy. It is hurting, but it will pass. And they're telling us we all have to work together to get through this. This is bringing the whole world together, y'all. It really is. And that's another thing. It was all good to support a lying president when the economy was strong. He lies, he does this, he does that, but hey, we got a great economy. Who gives a crap? We don't care if we have a lying president that's, disrespectful, rude. Who cares? The economy's great. Well, the economy is tanking now, the stock market's tanking. I even heard them say on TV, I heard them say, but the economy's still strong. Like, really? Well, when nobody's out making any purchases and doing anything, how can it still be strong? I mean, businesses, if you're not going out into a restaurant and eating and things like that, there's so many businesses that are going to suffer. They're going to suffer. Yeah. And now this is going to bring Trump down, y'all. This is helping bring Trump down. It's all part of a big plan. The universe, it's a part of a plan. It's just the energy here. This is what's happened. It's created this energy. And I'm asking Spirit, so when is this going to be over? When can we stop worrying about it? When will the stock market recover? When will everything be back to normal? And they're saying to me that the stock market will start to recover when they're going to be watching China. They're watching China, and China's already doing better. They're having less and less people now coming down with the virus. When they see China turn a corner for the good, the stock market's going to stop being so crazy. You know what I mean? When they see, oh, they got through it. So it's going to kind of stabilize the stock market that, hey, they can get through it. We can get through it too. Not that we're going to be in the middle of it going through it, but they're kind of like, we're watching them and what happened to them, and that it was on such a large scale, and we see that they recover. I mean, you know, of course, billions of dollars have been lost, of course, but they're making it through. They're going to make it through, and we're going to know we can do that too. So that kind of helps the stock market out a little bit there. It won't be so volatile. Okay, that's what I'm being shown. You know, that's all Trump is worried about anyway. All he's worried about is the stock market. He really doesn't care about people, y'all. He does not care. He is worried that this is making him look bad, you know? And it's all on him. It's all on him. If he hadn't have been such a lying, manipulating president, if this would have happened and he didn't tell, you know, those hundreds of lies each day, then people would trust him and what he's saying, and he wouldn't look like such a big loser. Now nobody trusts him because he lies so much. Okay, so they're telling me stay fit. What? Strengthen your body and stay. Oh, okay. Not strengthen your body and stay fit. They're saying be flexible. That's what they're showing me. I'm seeing a lady, she's like doing the splits, and I'm like, what? It's saying be flexible. You got to be flexible. At this time right now, you got to be flexible. Everything changes, you know, you got to be able to go with the flow and be flexible. You know, events will be canceled. Your vacations are going to be, everything's going to change. So, you know, just be open to change, be flexible. You know, your plans may change on a dime. Okay, so just be flexible and go with the flow. We're going to get through it. We're going to get through it. And listen to your local authorities. We're all going to get through this together. Okay. God bless each and every one of you. And, you know, stay safe. Stay safe. I love you guys so much. Stay safe. Okay. So that's what I got on the virus. We're going through a tough situation, guys. It's gonna get tougher, but we can get through this. That's the good news. We will get through it. It is scary, and you can do what I'm doing. I'm going through a tough time. Not only do I have to worry about the coronavirus, but which I'm not worried about it. I'm really not worried about it, but I do want to take precautions. You know, when we go to the doctor's office, I'm washing my hands. We go by the restroom. We wash our hands before we leave, everything. I have hand sanitizer in my purse. After we left the doctor's office on Tuesday, that was just today's Wednesday, yesterday. My days are so confused, y'all. Y'all wouldn't believe it. Just one day is flowing into another. I got all my readings done on Monday. I had a bunch of readings, a bunch of paid readings that I needed to do for the whole week, and I didn't know what was going to happen when we went to the doctor on Tuesday. I stayed in this room. I shut the door. I was in here for 6 hours. I did all my readings. I powered through them all, but I didn't know what was going to happen, you know, and I don't want to let anybody down, so I got them all done. Anyway, we went to the doctor on Tuesday, met with him. I had to drive my husband because I wasn't sure, you know. Did y'all know he had 3 strokes? He had 3 mini strokes when they did that angiogram. The doctor was, you know, poking inside his heart, and some plaque came off. And the neurologist said it's a very, very tiny particle, and he feels like it kind of maybe it's split, you know, or maybe it went into triple because he got hit on 3 spots, like one back here, one here, and then one here on his brain. My husband. So that's 3 little strokes that he had when he had that angiogram done. When he woke up from the angiogram, he was garbled. His speech was a little bit garbled, but I just thought he was slurring his speech because from the medication that they gave him. I just thought it was lingering. And then they told him we could go home. I didn't want to take him home because I knew he needed a bypass, but they said he's fine. He can go home. Don't worry, he'll be okay. So I took him home, and of course, y'all know this man, how he is. He is a demanding man. The hospital was right across from Costco. Yeah, he wanted to go to Costco. He wasn't even speaking clearly, and he wanted to go to Costco. And I'm like, no, we're not going to Costco. And he's like, I want a chicken from Costco. I want a roasted chicken. I want you to make me chicken and rice. He wanted berry rice. Iranians know what berry rice is. And he said, that way you don't have to cook it. It's already cooked. Let's go. Let's go over there. And I'm like, no. And he's like, it's right here. We're right here. And I told him, I can stop at HEB or something. I'll get you one. And he has the card. I don't have a Costco card because it's my husband's business and my daughter's. So they have the cards, which I always go with him. I don't need a card. So I told him, I can't go in there and leave you in the car. I don't have a card. He's like, I'm going in. So we went there, and I got him a wheelchair, and I said, you're not speaking, properly, so you're not walking. There's no way you're going to walk. So I put him in a wheelchair and pushed him in a wheelchair with the basket on top. We never see anybody we knew. We ran into 3 people that we know in Costco. They're like, what's wrong, And, well, he just got out of the hospital, 5 minutes ago. We're at Costco. So, yeah, it's challenging to be with the Iranian guy that he's so headstrong. He's so headstrong, and you can't really fight with him. And I'm giving into him even more than usual because I don't want him to get all upset. So I drove him to the doctor because, the next day we went to the doctor because he woke up and his speech was still a little bit garbled. And then I thought, oh my God, he might have had a stroke. So the next morning, on Friday morning, we're back in the emergency room, and they found out he had 3 strokes. They did an MRI and a CAT scan. So he did have 3 strokes. So he's had to cancel all his shows. Yeah, he had a show at the end of this month. We've had to cancel it. He's not going to be able to do it. It was in the Valley in Harlingen. It was in a mall. We were really excited about it too because it was a new place for us and everything. But he's not going to be able to do it. He can't. Even though he's going to have surgery on the 30th, there's no way that, it's too soon, He can't go out there. I don't want him to get sick, or anyway, he can't do anything. They've told him to physically not to be doing anything, because he has chest pains when he gets up and does things. He was playing volleyball and he had chest pains. He's been having these chest pains for a while, so angina, Anyway, so that's where we're at now. He's going to have a quadruple bypass on March 30th. We think that that's going to be the day. The surgeon that's going to do his surgery, he's on spring break. So we have to wait for him to come back. And he said he'd come back on Wednesday and he could do it on Thursday. But our cardiologist, my husband's cardiologist, said you do not want to have major surgery on a Thursday and then have the weekend staff take care of you in ICU. He said, that's not a good idea. So we said, okay. So I told the doctor we'd prefer to wait till Monday. So we're waiting for Monday so that we'll have the regular staff all week long. And then by the end of the week, he'll be in a regular room, hopefully, and it won't matter. So anyway, guys, I had to drive him around. I had to drive him to the doctor, and he doesn't like to be driven, and I don't really like to drive. And it was way across town. It was a 45-minute drive to the doctor and major traffic and everything. I was white knuckling it. He was sweating bullets. Literally sweating bullets while I was driving. And he was so uncomfortable that it was making me uncomfortable. It was bad energy, bad. When we got in front of the doctor, I said, can he drive? And he said, yeah, he can do anything he wants. As long as he's not in pain, he can do it. I'm like, you're driving home. He drove home. When he drove home after we talked to the doctor, I almost had a full-blown panic attack. I was going into one. I haven't had one. You know, when I turned 50, I had like 3 panic attacks, and I have never had another one since. But it was because my hormones were out of whack, and then I got, when something's happening and you start freaking out, and then you just panic, right? So on the way home, I was feeling. If you ever feel a panic attack come on, I felt like a tingle. It's like tingling. It's weird, and then I felt like my arm was hurting, and I felt like I couldn't breathe. I was breathing, and it felt like hot air, like no air was getting into my body. I just felt like I was breathing hot air. It's weird. It's a weird feeling, and I was just like about to have, and my hands started shaking, and I was about to go into a full panic mode, and my phone rang, and it was the nurse, and the nurse called me and was asking me all these questions. Thank God, because it caught me off from, my panic mode. So I couldn't concentrate on what was all going on with my body. I just started talking to the nurse and it faded away. Thank God. But I got the worst stomach ache too. So, all the stuff that's going on, this antacid is my friend now. It goes with me everywhere I go. That's how I'm dealing with it. You get a stomach ache, you take a swig. It works. Since you can't take Zantac anymore, got to just use this one. This is good though. It's good. It helps. Had a terrible stomach ache yesterday too. So that's what I'm dealing with, you guys. I wanted to give a shout out to thank you to so many people that are sending me donations. It is so sweet of you, so kind of you. I really appreciate it. Gordon, my friend from Canada, thank you so much. You're so sweet and kind. You guys, y'all don't have to do that. It makes me feel, I feel guilty and bad when people are sending me, just sending me money. I have an Etsy store. If y'all want to, go buy something from my Etsy store, at least I won't feel bad about it. It's Trader Trudy's. Just look it up on Etsy, Trader Trudy's. And if you want to help out, find something that you would love to have. I have sunglasses and all kinds of jewelry and stuff on there. So that would make me feel a lot better. If you're just, buying something, then that'll work out. I'll feel better about that. Okay. But thank you guys so much. I really appreciate all the kind words, all the prayers. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I'm going to need your prayers again on March 30th. So y'all don't forget, it's Monday, March 30th. It we don't have that date 100% that's going to be, but that's tentatively. We are supposed to get an email from the nurse saying that the operating room was available. So that's what we scheduled and what we want. So I'll let you guys know because I'm going to need your prayers. We'll be um, so you know I'm just without words, y'all. We would appreciate your prayers so much. We really would. So prayers work. They work. All that wonderful, positive, beautiful energy, it works. It really does. So, okay, guys, this was a long video. Sorry you had to listen to all my problems. But thank you so much for listening and tuning in. I appreciate it. If you are the first time that you're visiting with me, welcome. It's not always long winded like this. And I do read cards. Uh, I'm feeling less and less like I need to read the cards. I mean, they do help. They're a tool, but I get a lot of information from Spirit without the cards. The cards just help you interpret a little bit. It's like that. But I get a lot of inspiration from my guides. They send me pictures, and sometimes I don't know what the hell they're talking about. They'll send me all kinds of weird pictures. Like just a while ago, I got a picture of a lady doing the splits, but it meant to be flexible. So they show you things like that. It's kind of funny how it works. I know a lot of psychics and stuff, they don't really break it down and tell you what they're seeing. They're just telling it. And it's because you're seeing crazy stuff. It makes you say things that, that's how they get you to say what you're supposed to say. But I just kind of let you know what's going on. That's how it works. That's how it works for me anyway. All right, guys, I'm going to let you go. Y'all take care. Love you so much. Again, thank you so much and welcome my new subscribers. I appreciate you sharing this video, sharing all my videos. It helps it go out there and touches more people. Okay. All right, guys. Love you so much. Y'all take care. Do something kind for somebody. It'll always come back to you. Bye for now.